Is it possible that hyperbitcoinization has already started? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Hyperbitcoinization has been talked about by a lot of Bitcoiners for a long time, but could it have snuck up on us like that? Okay, some of you don't know what that is. Let me explain. Hyperbitcoinization is just this weird amalgamation of a word that means mass global adoption of Bitcoin. Plain and simple, right? Obviously, that's really, really good for Bitcoiners, but also, as Bitcoiners believe and Bitcoin maximalists believe, it is good for the world. Fix the money, fix the world. So, well, we want that to happen, but how do we know when that happens? Well, what would that look like? Well, it would look like Bitcoin becoming legal tender, or at the very least, there being very clear regulation on Bitcoin. Also, you would see major retail interest, like the mass populace of people, of normies, getting in, all right? And then we would also see global nation state FOMO, or fear of missing out, okay? We would see all those things, except we kind of already are. Watch this. Okay, so first of all, legal tender. Well, we already know El Salvador has made Bitcoin legal tender, right? I mean, they did that and it has paid off. They have already made such a profit. It's like $150 million worth of profit of the growth that their Bitcoin has experienced, to the point where they have announced that they are most likely going to pay off all their loans from the IMF and they won't need any more money from them. That is a big deal. If you don't know what the IMF is, I recommend you go do some research about that. I don't want to talk too much about that, but just know that this is helping El Salvador's economy immensely, and they are a little country, okay? So this is like a beacon to the rest of the world that stuff is going on. It's just like with Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. It's the same thing. It's waking up Wall Street. Well, this is waking up nation states, okay? I'll come back to that in a second, but watch this. Okay, we have clear regulations taking place. We have the Bitcoin Reserve Act bill that has just been proposed in the Senate of the United States Congress. And we have a Pennsylvania Bitcoin Reserve Act that just got proposed in Pennsylvania's House of Representatives that is very likely to get passed because there is bipartisan support. It's on both sides of the aisle, so that's probably going to get pushed through. And that's only the beginning. But that's what I'm talking about, right? Okay, let's keep going. We said major retail interest. Well, the evidence of that was what we just saw with the United States presidential election. I mean, Donald Trump himself literally went to the Bitcoin conference, and he has dubbed himself the first Bitcoin presidential nominee, and he will now be the first Bitcoin president. He's the first president to spend in Bitcoin. He literally bought a cheeseburger in Bitcoin. It's hilarious, and he knows it's hilarious. Like he understands the comedy in that, but he's also trying to relate to the Bitcoin community and say, hey, I see you and I understand you. That's what happens when you have a ton of voters who have Bitcoin. In other words, this is not a small group of people anymore. Oh, no. We are growing and we are strong. I mean, this is crazy, right? Okay. Well, that's just in America. How about in the world? I mean, I just heard a statistic today that in India, which has the largest population of any nation in the world, oh gosh, I don't remember. It was a large percent. I'm going to let you go look it up. But there was a large percent. I want to say 16%. I want to say 16% of their 1.4 billion people in India have crypto. I don't know if they all have Bitcoin, but if people have crypto, they more likely than not have some Bitcoin. So, I mean, mass adoption is happening by the people, and we're just kind of waiting for the nation states and the governments to catch up. But they are. Check this out. So like I said, we have that U.S. Reserve bill that is very likely to be passed as well. But then we also have Donald Trump promising to not sell the 200,000 Bitcoins that the U.S. government has. And RFK Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr., also had said he would do something similar. He was even more bullish. He wanted to buy a ton of Bitcoin. He's not the president, but he's in the cabinet. And speaking of the cabinet, for Donald Trump that he selected, they're all Bitcoiners. They're all crypto, I don't know what to call them. They're all friends of crypto. That's so bullish. You don't understand. Then you got Putin over there talking about Bitcoin being a means of exchange over in the BRICS summit. You have the United Arab Emirates mining and buying and storing up Bitcoin. That got exposed. If you don't realize that hyperbitcoinization is here, you're walking with your eyes closed. It's time for you to wake up, smell the coffee, and go buy some Bitcoin. So what are you doing here? What are you doing still watching this video? Go get some Bitcoin. Go get some go stack some sats, because you need to do it right now.